Are you Raava?
No, but I can help you find her. My name is Juan, and I will show you how I became the first Avatar.
Hey YouTubers, it's Charlie, and The Legend of Korra just aired a two-part episode, Beginnings, and we found all about the first Avatar Juan, how he became the Avatar, and it answered a bunch of questions about Legend of Korra Book 2, as well as the overarching plot and a lot of the villains. So let's get started. Let's do a quick recap of the episode first, and then we'll talk about our favorite moments and what it means, and then I'll do a review of the episode. So Korra is taken to lie in some healing water so she can reconnect with her avatar state. She keeps shouting out the name Raava, and we don't know who that is. But while she's in deep meditation, she meets Juan, the first avatar, and the rest of the episode almost takes place entirely in Juan's perspective. We find out that Juan was actually a thief and lives on the back of a large lion turtle. The lion turtle actually protects the people from the spirits in the wild because the spirits are now living in the human world. He gives them the power of fire every time they go into the wild to search for food. And whenever they come back, they have to give fire back. But because Juan wants to protect his family, he doesn't give the power of fire back. He essentially steals fire, just like Prometheus in the Greek mythology. So Juan gets banished, but the lion turtle lets him keep the power of fire. And eventually he learns about the conflict between Raava and Vaatu, the spirit of light and spirit of darkness. Some accidents may happen, and accidentally Vaatu gets away. So in order to atone, he basically travels around to the other lion turtle cities and tries to learn the other bending abilities. He learns that he's only able to bend other elements to switch to the other elements whenever Raava passes through him, but they learn during a fight whenever Raava inhabits his body, he's actually able to bend all the elements at the same time, which is basically like the avatar state. But we learned that Raava and Vaatu kind of live in this yin-yang state where as one grows powerful, the other grows weaker, and every 10,000 years they have to battle. The major battle that they have is called harmonic convergence. It's actually an event that happens where both the spirit portals actually converge. During that battle, Juan almost loses, but then Raava bonds with his spirit, and while that's happening, he sticks his hand in the harmonic convergence, essentially bonding himself to Raava for the rest of time. That moment was basically the creation of the first Avatar. They trap Vaatu inside this tree inside the spirit world so that he can't get out, and then they close the spirit portals. Juan goes back into the human world and tries to maintain the balance between the spirits and the humans, but eventually he ends up dying of old age, and Raava basically tells him that their spirits will live on together forever in each of his future lives. That kind of lays the groundwork for the Avatar and the reincarnation cycle where Korra opens her eyes again and suddenly she remembers everything and heads back to the Southern Water Tribe. So the episode basically answered all the big questions about who the big bad was and what the overarching conflict is and what this final battle is going to be. So let's talk about what it all means. 1. Vaatu is the big bad, and he's obviously been communing with Unalaq over his lifetime, trying to gain strength. That's why we see all the dark spirits. So we know that Vaatu is actually responsible for all these dark spirits. And Unalaq has just been laying the groundwork for this harmonic convergence to happen, so he's been trying to maneuver Korra. That's why he had her open the southern portal. She still needs to open the northern portal in order for this harmonic convergence to happen and battle Vaatu again. So this is what she has to do. She basically has to stop Vaatu from escaping, 1, and then when harmonic convergence happens, if he does escape, she basically has to trap him again. There are only 2 more episodes left in the season. Episode 9 is called The Guide, and Episode 10 is called New Spiritual Age. So obviously Episode 10 is where that battle is going to take place. And it sounds fairly positive, so I think we can safely assume, because there's a Book 4, that Korra is going to win. Another interesting thing to note is that Grey Delisle was actually playing Raava. We actually thought that she was going to be playing the Dark Spirit, or maybe the Big Bad, but because Vaatu's voice was just so deep, I think we can safely assume that she was not playing that Dark Spirit. Obviously, because Vaatu is going to be in these last couple of episodes, or maybe just the final episode, we're probably going to see Raava again too, or at least hear Raava speak, so we will get to hear Grey Delisle again. Isn't it so funny how she went from playing Azula, the craziest evil character on Airbender, to playing the essence of good? I'm really looking forward to the last 2 episodes. There's actually going to be a break. There won't be an episode next Friday. It'll be in 2 weeks, and then the finale will air 1 week after that. But let's talk about our favorite moments. 1. Steven Yeun's performance was amazing as Juan. I thought it was great. And 2. People living on the backs of lion turtles. That was just so funny. I love that they were the ones that were actually giving bending to humans. But if you remember that moment in the Oasis, that was actually inspired by Spirited Away with all the spirits heading to the bathhouse. If you haven't seen it, go see that movie because it's an amazing Miyazaki film. And let's talk about the amazing animation on this episode. The studio that did it is actually the studio that did Book 1. They're using a different studio to do all of Book 2 with the exception of this episode. That's why it looks so amazing. But overall, I rate the episode a solid A. It answered a ton of questions, totally moved the story forward in a really meaningful way, kind of reset Korra's character. I know a lot of people have been thinking that she's been kind of off the rails this season, but I think that now she's kind of back on the path. I loved all the new characters, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what this new spiritual age is that they kind of tease in that final episode. But let me know what your favorite parts were, and if there's anything that you thought was really important that I didn't mention in the video, be sure to write it in the comments, and we'll totally discussify. But now actually some really big news for Doctor Who. Tomorrow, they're actually airing the first trailer for the 50th anniversary episode. Technically, it's not footage from the episode. It's going to be an amalgam of a lot of Doctor Who clips from over the years, but it's going to be the first official BBC 50th anniversary clip. I'll be posting a video for that right after it airs. Be sure to subscribe to get it. It's going to be totally awesome. Remember, the 50th anniversary is going to be simulcast on November 23rd. Don't forget, Walking Dead is on Sunday, and then Monday, since there's no Sleepy Hollow, I'll be posting another Game of Thrones video for Sir Davos. If you really want to help me out, please like and share this video. While we wait for that Doctor Who trailer, you can click here to watch all my other Legend of Korra Book 2 videos from this year, and you can click here to watch all my other Doctor Who videos for the 50th anniversary. Thanks so much for watching. High fives from Raava.